So, when a lot of people start to consider moving abroad, especially people of color, their first question when looking at different countries is this country racist? Or do they like black people? Or do they like insert this race? And within my first few months in Indonesia, I didn't really have much complaints about racism because, of course, I would get the normal stares here and there. But the past few weeks have been a bit intense for me. I'm planning to move out of my apartment that I'm in right now. I've just had a lot of issues where the maintenance has not helped me, like I didn't have hot water. Every issue that I've had has not really been met with the urgency that I've wanted. So obviously before moving abroad, I was not able to firsthand visit apartments and pick them out myself. My job went out of their way to survey different apartments, compile a long list of which ones that I might like, and I went through those options and chose which one would fit me best. I made the executive decision, letting my job know that I do not want to stay here. In my contract, it states that if I choose to move out of the apartment that they helped me select, I have to do the search on my own. And I thought the process would be very simpler and similar to America, where you just look up the local places in the neighborhood and reach out to see if they have any open units and then tour. But it's been the complete opposite. It's been extremely excruciating for me. I'm realizing that a lot of owners are racist and discriminatory as fuck. So there was one specific apartment that I was sent before I moved to Indonesia, and obviously I said no because I chose this place. And since I'm looking for a new place, I was like, okay, let me just check out the other apartments that I was offered before I came here. So I reached out to the leasing agent that my job put me in contact with, and this woman was extremely racist to me. She told me that I could tour the apartment. Then the day of, she told me that there are no longer any apartments in the building. It is like 3 different buildings, and you're telling me there's not a single one open. And that she could show me apartments in a separate apartment building, which is the one I already live in, because the owner does not rent out to foreigners. So basically the agent that I spoke with, she would not let me tour the apartment because I was a foreigner. And I'm aware that in Indonesia, a lot of people, specifically if you want to start a business or do certain things, they're quite wary to work with foreigners, and it's more reliable to work with an Indonesian. Basically, the woman said that the owner doesn't want any foreigners in the building at all. And I was very confused by that because, like I said, I was offered a space in this apartment before I came. It wasn't until I spoke to someone that works with the same company as me. She's a white woman and she's also from America, and she lives in that building. So that's when I knew that it was definitely an issue of racism rather than me being a foreigner. So the white woman that I spoke to who lives in that building, her name is Jules, and when I told her about the situation, she was able to reach out to another agent in that building, and they were able to help me like right away. Wanted to give me the tours, wanted to help me out. But when I spoke to the other agent, she said that no foreigners are allowed. The owner doesn't want any foreigners living there. So it was very strange to me that I'm being told by one agent that foreigners are not allowed to live there. There are no apartments at all left in the building, and there's just a strict rule on foreigners living there. And another woman who is a white woman who lives there, who is a foreigner, who is from the same country as me, is talking to a separate agent, and they're saying that I can live there and that they have multiple options for me to tour. So I actually brought this up to my boss at work, and she told me that the building had a history of issues with African people in the past, so the owner was very wary to rent out apartments to black people. So I got literal confirmation that I was denied entry to tour an apartment because I am black and I am of African descent. Obviously, I don't want this to strongly impact anybody's decision if they plan to move to Indonesia. I do want everyone, especially people of color, to make an educated decision. And of course, consider having an Indonesian agent help you look for an apartment, or else you will be limited to options that are super unfair, In America, you could easily file a housing discrimination case in a situation like this, whereas in Indonesia, this is just the norm.